Today we are looking at using the knowledge we have to find the area of a circle to find the area of composite shapes. In this first example, we are being asked to find the area which is shaded in pink. And we can see that we've got a small inner circle and a larger outer circle, and we're given the radius for each of the circles. So the smaller circle has a radius of 3 and the larger circle has a radius of 8. Now the strategy that we're going to use to find this area is we're going to find the area of the large circle, and the area of the large circle would look like this. So we don't want all of that, obviously. So we're going to have to cut out or subtract the area of the smaller circle in the middle. So the strategy we're using here is the big circle, take away the small circle. So we'll start with the area of the big circle. Using our formula for area, that's pi r squared. Then we're going to substitute in what we know, so that's pi times, and the radius of the big circle is 8, so that's pi times 8 squared. And then if we just pop that into the calculator, we've got 201.0619, etc. We're going to do to 3 significant figures our final answer. So we'll leave that as it is for the moment. And then we will go on to the smaller circle. Again, we're using the formula pi r squared. And when we substitute in this time, we're going to be using the radius of the smaller circle, which is 3. So pi times 3 squared. And we'll pop that into the calculator. Now, depending on your calculator, when you first put that in, it might give you an answer of 9 pi. And then you can convert it to a decimal number, which gives you 28.274. And now we need to find the total area, which is the big circle, take away the small circle. And in our calculator, 201.01. Will give us 172.7879. We're just going to need 3 significant figures, so it's going to be 173. Now, the diagram didn't have units on it. I'm going to add in centimetres, and that would mean that our area would be in squared centimetres. Okay, excellent. We'll do one more composite shape. Okay, the next shape that we're being asked to find is this shape that looks a little bit like a running track. So I've drawn this freehand, so it's obviously not particularly well drawn without a ruler. These lines are parallel, and we've got rounded ends. Now these ends are actually semicircles. So I'm going to add in a dotted line so that you can see the separate shape. So now what we have in here is we've got a rectangle, and we know how to find the area of that. And we have 2 semicircles, which together would make a circle. So we can find the area of the rectangle, the area of the circle, and we can add those 2 areas together. Now the dimensions that we need for the rectangle are the length and breadth. We've got the length, but we're not sure about this distance going down here. Now this is the breadth of the rectangle, but it's also the diameter of the semicircle. And we can see we've got 30 centimetres here and 40 here. So that means that we must have 5 centimetres there, which gives us a radius of 5 centimetres. And the diameter is twice the radius, so the diameter must be 10 centimetres. And that means we can use those dimensions to help with the area calculations. So area 1 is the rectangle, length times breadth, which in this case is 30 times 10, 300 square centimetres. Area 2 is the circle, so pi r squared, which is pi multiplied by 5 squared. So you need a calculator for this one. Which will give you 78.5398. Now, actually to find the semicircle, we would half this number. But because we've got 2 semicircles, I'm not going to bother halving it because I'm going to just take this to be the total of both of those together. So for each question you get, you may have to do something slightly different, and you need a little bit of thought. And so then we need to find the total area, and in this case we're adding them together rather than subtracting, because we've got the rectangle plus we've got the circle. I'm going to add those together. You shouldn't need a calculator for that one. 378.5398. I'm going to round to 3 significant figures. So it'll be 379 square centimetres. Okay, I hope that is helpful. Use it each time you're faced with a new shape that you haven't seen before. You need to take time to look at it and find a strategy. So look for shapes that you do know how to find the area of and work out if you need to add those together or subtract them.